You've got the river, you've got this incredible light that surrounds Liverpool.
There's an emotional honesty about the talent here.
It's a city that really surprises.
You have this tremendous culture and a culture of storytelling. And I think that's within the DNA of the entire city.
We're at the start of something massive, something huge.
You've got an incredible stage to play on if you're a producer. We're about actually facilitating people's ambitions and giving them the ability to just be fantastic.
Lime makes a very broad range of programmes, from Towie and Geordie Shore to Rockets Island for CBBC, Hollyoaks, and we are the first UK company ever to make a show for the Disney Channel US, and that is the Evermore Chronicles. Our starting point is to employ Liverpool writers. Why wouldn't you? We've got some of the best writers in the country.
I think Liverpool is rightly known as a writer's city. We've made 4 feature films. The latest, which was released December 2015, Sunset Song by Terence Davis. Our next feature film is going to be Frank Cottrell Boyce, written script. The one after that will be A Prayer Before Dawn, and that's a Liverpool story, albeit set in Thailand.
Daytime drama. One-off dramas like Play for the Days. And you won't believe it, when in our 8th season of it now, we've done 45 episodes.
The next 4 films that we've got in development are all Liverpool writers.
The city produces people who want to get on, take destiny, take life in their own hands, and it actually provides great creative leaders. That state of mind comes from being brought up in a port that was once the northern powerhouse. And the transitions in and out of the port, different cultures, different peoples, fires the imagination all the time.
This city is somewhere which rewards creativity, and I do believe that this city has changed the most out of any European city in the last 10 years.
We've been spending around £1 million a week on various projects creating space for the creative industries in and around Liverpool, and what we found is no sooner than we build the space that the space has become full and occupied, and which is testament to the rapid growth of the creative industry in Liverpool, but also the quality of the occupiers and the strength of their businesses.
Well, Pixel Reality, we're a CG studio. We produce animated content for clients all around the globe. We've just finished the largest hospital project in the UK, and we've now just been appointed on the world's largest airport, and it's Dubai South, and it's a $32 billion project.
Here at Starship, we are an innovation company first and foremost. We started 2 years ago, but virtual reality is going to become really one of the new mediums that are going to take people by surprise, and is going to establish itself as a whole new way of experiencing and interacting with content, with people, with film and with television. We're open to have one, if not one, several of the top 5 brands in the world in VR, so we really are at the very early days of this whole new world opening up.
Living Lens is at the forefront of an emerging industry, which is video mining. So, video is changing the way that brands and consumers connect with one another, but it's an impenetrable media. So we turn video into big data. We enable businesses to find meaningful moments of content in an instant. We're looking to scale not just throughout the UK, but we'll get into the US next year, Southeast Asia as well. It's very much a global business.
We're a licensed publisher with Sony and Microsoft and Nintendo, and we go out and we find the talent, and we actually fund development, and then we publish the game. And we've worked with developers right across the world. We actually worked with a team from Pixar on a game called Fly Hunter. We worked with a team from Sweden on a game called Stick It to the Man.
If you're going to create a new company that has at its focus being at the cutting edge of technology. You need to go where you have access to people who've been there and done it, people who have experience, people who know what's required to produce work that's of the highest quality, that is not just industry standard but really set standards. And Liverpool is great for that because from an engineering and a game development point of view, it goes back all the way to the 80s.
Liverpool's a fantastic city for games. In this building, there's maybe 15 companies who are specialising in making games. Connected to this building is actually a school which is called The Studio, and it's the country's first school that specialises in video games. Our ambition is that we want to employ those kids who are learning in that school because they're learning directly about games. They're working with robots, designing games, they're programming games, they're doing everything to do with it.
I would be very happy if people leave the studio school, start a business and go to university, get their degree and then make their business a massive success. What will happen when a previous student who left school started their business at 18 and is the next Mark Zuckerberg? What happens to the students at that school then? Who knows? But I would love to see that scenario happen and find out.
I think being 18 and starting up a business is quite difficult, but I've built a lovely network of creative and digital agencies and established businesses in Liverpool that are really beginning to understand and pick up to the fact that they need to begin to upskill young people.
In terms of Liverpool as a hub for creativity, as a hub for employment and career development, I think it's got everything going for it. In this square half a mile, the wealth of skill and knowledge and community and sense of supporting each other is vast, and this is where the experts are in media, in digital, in technology, in film, in music.
This is a grassroots driven explosion of talent that's sort of built up over a period of years, and I think is something that we'd be very hard pressed to find in any other city in the UK.
This is the 1930s Art Deco buildings that were previously the headquarters of Littlewoods Pools. So the plan is to build 4 new sound stages, all of which will be the biggest sound stages outside of London. And there'll be about 2,000 square metres each, which will take our investment into this area up to around £100 million. And we're going to convert the existing building that's here as well to provide other support services for ancillary businesses. We've already completed our first building, which is the bunker building, and amongst our tenants, in addition to the creative tenants that moved into it, we've also got a render farm. And the reason that they're here is because that building and the whole site around it has got fat pipes, fantastic connectivity, which means we've got amongst the best connectivity in the UK.
The timing couldn't be better, with the stages in London full to capacity, with the US producers coming over to the UK because of the tax breaks. When they're kind of exploring where in the UK, where in the world they want to set the next production, and they want brilliant support services, which Liverpool is fantastic at. But also they want infrastructure, they want a workforce, they want access to a city centre, they want brilliant hotels.
So for us, the location's absolutely perfect. We've got the city centre of Liverpool and we're right on the doorstep of it here, right in the heart of everything that's going on. And also, in addition to that, we've got the motorway just at the end of the site as well, so it's dead easy to get in and out.
The spotlight, quite rightly, is now shining on the talent that exists in the city. You'll see dynamic, innovative content being made here that's award-winning and will attract further talent to Liverpool and inspire the next generation of filmmakers.